We've got a brand new Mastery Challenge update that's out now, and it is free to play. So in the next 5 minutes, I'm going to break down everything new about it so you can decide if it's worth your time. And let's first start with the download size, and this will of course vary for everybody, but Ubisoft have officially stated in their patch notes that you're going to be looking around 8 to 9 gigabytes on the Xbox One, Series X and S, 1 to 3 gigabytes on the PlayStation 4 and 5, and a big boy 12.3 gigabytes on the PC. Additionally, there is some requirements you need to have before you do start these Mastery Challenges. You first of all need to have a power level of at least 221. You need to have also completed the Uninvited Guests main quest after reporting on Grantabridgeshire and Leicestershire when you arrived to England, as well as completing the main narrative quest line from the first set of Mastery Challenges last year. And that doesn't mean that you have to collect all of the gold medals in those first set of challenges, you just need to have finished the actual quest line. Now, if you do meet all these requirements, when logging in, you're going to be prompted to start the Mastery Challenge Reckoning questline, which will also appear here on your map, where you'll need to speak to Hildiran, who's going to give you this Eye of Odin and send you on a quest to complete 3 more shrines. However, before these 3 new shrines do appear on your map, you'll first be sent to Dunwich Castle by Hildiran in East Anglia, where you're going to come across another vault. And I actually found this quite tricky to find, so when you do arrive, you need to head round the back of the castle, down by the coast, and then use your powder incendiary ability to blow away the rubble in the wall, get yourself through, and then jump down. This is where Hildiran will suddenly appear again and inform us that we need more powerful Hooga to open the door, which is when these 3 shrines will then subsequently appear on your map. One being in Lincolnshire, the second being in Hampshire or Hamptonshire, and the third in Wessex, south of Crawley. Now, it's at this point when you can actually return to Hildiran at Ravensthorpe and buy all of the new rewards if you've actually completed more Mastery Challenges than necessary from the first update, and I'll of course be breaking down the rewards in just a moment, because first of all, does the actual Mastery Challenges change in any way from the first update in these 3 new shrines? Well, the straight up answer is no, and I think that's to be expected, as it's essentially round 2 of the first round of Mastery Challenges from last year, and once you do arrive at each shrine, you're going to meditate again, and then you're going to be able to choose one of 3 trials. The first being the Bear Trial, which will test your combat skills, the second being the Trial of the Wolf, which will test your range, and the third trial being the Trial of the Raven, which will test your stealth abilities. Now, each trial of each of these 3 shrines requires you to fulfill specific tasks within it, and the more tasks that you complete within each specific trial, the more medals you're going to receive, those being bronze, silver and gold, which you can then spend as a battle energy currency in Hildiran's shop for those rewards we just briefly spoke about. Of course, if you're not too bothered about all of the rewards and just want to play the story update, you only need 9 medals, which means that you have to complete each of the 3 shrines at least once to the bronze level, and once you've done so, you can then just return to Hildiran to progress the storyline. I do want to add a quick note here. During mine and Nika's playthrough on PC, we didn't encounter any bugs, so it does seem to have been improved significantly from last year, and because of this, I found them fairly enjoyable, if I'm being honest with myself. However, if you did find bugs, make sure you let others know down below in the comments. Now, as for the storyline, I'll let you experience that for yourselves, but in total, this update takes approximately 3 to 5 hours, but I do want to flag some easily missed and potentially frustrating stuff in it. First up, you do have a boss fight once you obtain the 9 medals by finishing the 3 shrines, and after winning that subsequent fight, you'll be able to return to Ravensthorpe and purchase the full Valkyrie armor set from Hildiran's shop. Additionally, after that's complete, this will then open up another Mastery Challenge shrine back at Dunwich Castle, which you can then return to and then also complete. Now, as for what comes after that, I honestly couldn't tell you. Nika and I, we've been running around in game trying to activate these portals in the cave by Ravensthorpe, and we've come up short. There hasn't been anything that we can see to activate any sort of cutscene or travel to a different realm. Perhaps that is just the end of the Mastery Challenge update, but if you do find anything, please let us know down below in the comments. Now, let's talk about some rewards that you're going to get in this update by doing everything that we've just discussed. We have the Raven Sickle, where icicles are released after dealing 5 critical hits, the Magma Sword, which explodes after 10 consecutive hits on an ignited enemy, and the Leaf Bow, which refills an adrenaline slot after 5 consecutive headshots. I'll leave that up to you on what you think of those stats, because we also pick up 3 new settlement cosmetics, the Lava Fountain, Wolf Sculpture, and Icy Swords to position around Ravensthorpe, and a new tattoo set called Odin's Wrathful Eye, and it's going to be another hard pass for me there. We of course have the Valkyrie armor set, which you can earn by completing the questline, as we've just discussed, and this is going to increase your health when equipped, and interestingly provide you with different stat bonuses the longer that you remain in combat, and I'm yet to decide if this is decent or not. Need to test it out a little bit more, I reckon. Now, as for game improvements, I think this is the biggest bug update and patch I've seen so far in Valhalla's lifespan. In fact, there's just too many to go through, which is positive in my opinion, and I'll pop the patch notes down in the description so you can check check if one that you've been suffering from recently has been amended. Additionally, if you have found this no-nonsense breakdown informative, please do leave a like on the video. It really does help me out, so thank you very much. And big thanks to Nika for speedrunning this update for us, so we're able to get to grips on what's involved. Absolute legend. And I definitely think coffee is on her this week, so cheers for that, mate. And cheers to you for watching. I'm sure I'll catch you in the next video. Coffee is on Nika.